pitching instructor is one of the big reasons why Yamamoto is who he is. Meet Osamu Yada, otherwise known as Yada Sensei. Yamamoto said himself about his pitching coach, he's the person who built me. And he was one of the big reasons why Yamamoto was able to go in Game 7 after going in Game 6, where he threw 96 pitches. How'd that happen? Well, after the game, Yamamoto went to Yada Sensei, his throwing coach, and he went over to thank him. Great year. Thanks for everything. Love the work we do. And his pitching coach said, you know what? Why don't you go to the bullpen tomorrow and do some throwing? Go to the bullpen, do some throwing, because what that'll do, that will help the Dodgers, even if it's in a small way, to one, have you around these other guys, just you around them being the pitcher you are. You can give them knowledge. You can help any way you can if you see something, but also the Blue Jays seeing you in there, worrying if you're going to pitch, could help the Dodgers have some level of competitive advantage. So that put Yamamoto in that Dodgers bullpen for Game 7, and ultimately he goes in there and he starts throwing, and he felt good enough to pitch to the point where he entered the game and he would go on and get more outs than any starting pitcher for the Dodgers in that game. He goes 2 2/3 innings through 34 pitches, put up the zeros, and he's the World Series MVP. And this Yada Sensei guy is an absolute gem. And I think he's changed pitching forever. He said about his philosophy, think about a tree. A tree has a trunk, it has branches, it has roots. In the sports world, we all tell people to move their hands this way, their feet this way, and that it's just moving the branches. The most important thing with the tree is the trunk. It can't just be firm either. If the trunk is hollow, then it might just snap in half easily. So you can think about what I'm doing as building a strong trunk that can stand up to strong rain and wind. There's nothing wrong with any individual that's being taught over here. It's just that I'm trying to have a perspective of the whole, and I don't give him any specific instruction on any individual thing, just trying to keep an eye on the whole, the bigger vision. And he would go on to talk about all these methods that he uses to try to make sure that Yamamoto has the flexibility and the durability to go out there and be one of the best pitchers on the planet. He talks about building the body, starts from standing correctly. He says, those who can't stand correctly can't walk correctly. Those who can't walk correctly can't run correctly. Those who can't run correctly can't throw correctly. And he also used the 5B method. The foundation, exercises, breathing, the bar, the bowl, the board, the bridge. There's over 300 combinations that activate the inner muscles and restore the body's natural motion. He's also known too for his discipline, how strict he is. When Yamamoto first joined the Dodgers, Yada Sensei said that he was still usually and not mentally there as far as his potential. He said that he was about at 50% of his true potential, and Yamamoto admits that he didn't really get praised by him. So it's just an incredible relationship. I mean, he's someone that Yamamoto said himself, he built him. I mean, what does this guy deserve from the organization? A couple million, a World Series ring. This is some incredible stuff. And I think, as a whole, I think that Yoshinobu Yamamoto, this sounds crazy, probably one of my more wild takes on the show. I think Yoshinobu Yamamoto can have the same influence on pitchers in baseball that Steph Curry has had on shooters in basketball. And that is, maybe we're not going to lift 300-pound weights and try to get strong and throw the way we do. Maybe we're going to completely change the way that we program our minds, the way that we get our body ready to pitch. You're going to see young kids out there throwing javelins. I mean, that's how big Yamamoto is in Japan, and I think the influence is going to continue here. I actually don't want to spill the beans, but I have a cousin who is playing collegiately and at a D1 school, and he told me that all of them are studying Yoshinobu Yamamoto. All of them are looking at him. All of them are obsessed with his methods. Because when they look at Yamamoto, they're saying, I can do that. I can train my body to be flexible and pliable like that. Whereas, hey, if you're Paul Skeens, you can't train to be 6'6". You can't train to be that height, right? So I think that the influence is certainly going to be there for Yoshinobu Yamamoto.